Hey everyone! In today's story time, we have two powerful stories. One about a stepdad and daughter, and another where a woman shares her real experience navigating corporate America as a Black person. If you're new here, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. It's the best way to support me as I continue sharing these stories. Thank you and enjoy.
Being the lady of the night left me pregnant and grieving a dead baby. So 2023, I was going through the worst breakup of my motherfucking life. I don't ever want to go through no breakup like that ever the fuck again. However, fast forward to early 2024. So my ex-boyfriend had bread. He had money. He was a made man. So me thinking like the lady of the night, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna fuck with a broke nigga because he might actually like me, actually fuck with me. Okay, let me tell you. Boom. Me and my baby dad, we from the same hood. Let me tell you how the fuck on. Okay. So we from the same hood or whatever. Kind of grew up together, kind of didn't. He was always in and out of jail, you know. I grew up in a different city, but we know we from the same hood, okay? So he ended up hitting my phone up. He hit me up or whatever. And the way that the nigga even got in my motherfucking bed, because he was never supposed to be near me, yeah. Because he from the west side, I was always fucking with east side niggas. Because I'm a west side baby. But any west side bitch I know, we always fuck with east side niggas. So yeah, my baby dad hit me up. We texting. And the way that the man got in my motherfucking bed was because I was on my motherfucking period. And I told him my stomach was hurting. And he was like, oh, you want me to come rub your stomach? I don't know. Every day after that, he was with me. The whole 5 to 6, 7 days, he is in my home, okay? When I say this man is venting to me, telling me all the shit that he wished that he would have told somebody else, telling me how he ran away, how he broke out of juvenile detention, how this man had to help his brother that got kidnapped, all type of crazy ass shit. How his dad, the pimp, didn't meet the dad, to all type of shit, y'all. So boom, as the 7th day came, we I'm screaming, nut at me. No motherfucking peanuts. No peanuts. Dead eye. So my baby dad letting it rip off inside me, okay? Literally, this is February 18th, probably by the 23rd, 24th, 25th. That's when we first started hunching, right? Okay, cool. By March 1st, this man is calling me, telling me that he think he burning. You think you burning? You think you burning? I'm finna get off of work early. We finna go to this motherfucking emergency room, bitch, because I'm not finna play no motherfucking games with you. I'm not. Ain't no way that I got you burning. So now I'm calling my ex. And that was the last motherfucker I was fucking. I'm blowing his shit up. You mean to tell me you got me burning this nigga? Come to find out, I don't have anything. My ex don't have anything. My baby dad has gonorrhea and trichomonas because he's hunching not only me, but he's hunching on this fat back beluga whale ass bitch. Then he's hunching on this 16-year-old. Mind you, my baby dad was 21 at the time. However, granted, and I don't even gotta give him grace. I hate that man, okay? The little girl did lie about her age, but neither here nor there. Then he's still in love with, he's telling his ex-girlfriend that he finna unalive himself and all this crazy shit. He's dibbling and dabbling everywhere. I don't even know how this man got the stamina to even keep his wink up that much. Granted though, I did work 72 hours a week, so we wasn't hunching that much. So he told me he think he burning. He come back positive with that shit. I tell him I'm not hunching you until you will get retested that is clear. Okay? Mind y'all, I still had to get treated because he had something, and that shit gave me a motherfucking yeast infection, so I couldn't even hunch for 5 to 6 days because I had a fucking yeast infection from the antibiotic. So boom, y'all. After that, that was March 1st, okay? March 19th. It was this nigga. I've been trying to fuck this nigga. I was trying to fuck this nigga from the east side since August of the last year. Okay, it's going on August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 7 months I've been waiting to hunch this nigga. He hit the road. He makes his money by, okay? So our schedules never aligned. At this point in time, our schedules aligned. I need to get my rocks off, baby. I'm finna hunch you. I need. So boom, I hit him up. I'm telling him about all this shit that I'm going through. He like, why the fuck is you even? Why is this nigga even near you? Like, you too pretty, you too bad for this nigga to even be near you. Duh, I don't even know why this nigga's near me neither, babe. I don't know. So boom, he was in the city or whatever. He like, get your lift to me. Get you a lift to me. I'll pay for your lift. My lift was $60. I told him it was $80. He gave me $120 fucking dollars, y'all. So boom, I get to that man. I just got off of work. I had to freshen up and stuff like that. So when I get to him, because he stayed about an hour away, when I get to him, y'all, I had to get in the shower. I get in the shower, y'all. This man get in the shower with me. We get the boom, y'all. We boom, all night. All night. He lifting me up. He going this way. He going that way. He lifting me up. He doing me crazy, y'all. I never hunched this man before, y'all, right? So I never knew this man's stamina or the way he hunched, y'all. This man is slowing down. Like, he's slowing down. He like, if I nut in you and get you pregnant, you gonna keep the baby? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep the baby. Yeah, not knowing the bitch was already fucking about 2 weeks pregnant at that fucking point. So boom, y'all. So boom, y'all, we time goes on. 2 weeks later, right? Mind you, buddy boy who knew openly, well, both of them openly nutted to me, but him that was talking about keep the baby, he never offered a plan B. Never offered, none of that. She never offered shit, y'all. So long story short, y'all, he, 2 weeks later, period never shows up. I'm calling that nigga. My period's MIA. He's like, take a pregnancy test. I take the pregnancy test. It comes back positive. I'm crying on the phone. He with hella people. He can't react. We try to figure out this shit. I'm like, immediately, I don't even think this is your baby. He's like, I don't think it's my baby neither, but I'm gonna do what the fuck I gotta do. So I hit my baby dad up. I'm like, and he like, what that got to do with me? Fuck do you mean? What the fuck do it got to do with you, brother? That's what I mean by being a lady of the night, landing me pregnant. So fuck you mean what the fuck that got to do with you? Like I said. So, boom, he like, don't make no irrational decisions because I already had it in my head. We finna get this little motherfucker going. I don't even know who the fuck the dad is, right? So, he like, no, don't make no irrational decisions. This is my baby too. I have a decision in this, da-da-da-da. Literally, I found out April 6th that I was pregnant, y'all. I found out April 6th that I was fucking pregnant. My grandfather died April 12th. I'm keeping my baby. When a life go, a life come in, right? Okay, my baby dad calls me April 13th. Get rid of that baby. Bitch, is you cool? Is you cool? Then telling me I gotta pay for the whole abortion. Talk about you gonna make me have to rob somebody to get abortion money. All this crazy 1, 2, 3 shit, yada, 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 right? Fast forward my whole fucking pregnancy, my baby dad is harassing me. He's harassing me, telling me that I'm not pregnant, saying that I'm lying about my pregnancy. All this and some more shit, right? Right. Y'all, I'm so fucking stressed out my entire pregnancy. I'm on 20-week anatomy scan. They diagnosed my son with IUGR, fetal growth restriction, okay? Intrauterine growth restriction, right? I'm telling both these niggas, y'all probably not even gonna have to worry about no baby. I'm calling both these niggas. Both these niggas was in contact all fucking pregnancy for sure. I didn't give a fuck. We was just gonna Dana. Test and we was gonna figure out who the fuck the dad was. I didn't give no fucks. It was my baby for me. Not neither one of the niggas never gave a fuck. And I'll do it the fuck again. Neither here nor there. Let me try to wrap this up before I go clock back in. At 26 weeks, 26 and 0 days, at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, my fucking water broke and I had my baby at 6 months. Mind you, I had my baby at 6 months. He was measuring the size of a 20-weeker, but he was 26 weeks. And my baby passed away. So, long story short, neither one of them niggas had to get a DNA test. Neither one of them got a kid. And here I am, the only one grieving a fucking baby. With that being said, being the lady of the night come with consequences. Aight? And after that, I think that's what slowed me down from being a lady of the night. I'm the lady in the daytime. So y'all, since the lady of the night follow me, I am no longer telling my lady of the night stories. I am now telling y'all my lady in the daytime stories. Because, baby, this shit get real. Let me tell y'all about how the fuck my ex's cousin became get back. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how his cousin got swell well and fucked. I don't care. So back in 2019, when I came back to my high school that I graduated from, I came to the high school with a nigga. Like, I was already talking to him from Facebook. We done already hung out several times before I became to the high school. However, it was already flamboyant, feminine, allegations upon him because he was just overly freaked out. You feel me? And I believe, if I'm not wrong, I was like this man's second body or something like that. Fast forward, y'all. Just to give y'all a quick synopsis. The man would sit here and say that A$AP Rocky was beautiful. He would never trust his woman in another room with A$AP Rocky because he's attracted to A$AP Rocky. He would sit here and say, he told me before Tootsie even came out, like with favorite song and all that, how y'all know Tootsie? I know Tootsie at red lights, right? Because my ex-boyfriend got me hip to him, and the way I was introduced to Tootsie, he was like, don't you think he handsome? And I said, wait a minute. He was like, no homo. And I'm like, wait a minute, all homo was taken because why the hell is you saying that a man is fucking attractive? Not only that, we wasn't ba-doom because he had a strict ass mom and I was staying with my granny at the time. But when we did start ba-doom, y'all, why the fuck was this man not releasing? Like, so I know it ain't me because, baby, I'm in the game, okay? I'm in the game. So neither here nor there. He was not attracted to me. He was not infatuated with me. He did not like me, okay? Fast forward to us coming to our end, right? So he's doing this whole woe is me, I'm depressed, da-da-da-da-da. Y'all, mind y'all, he's a fucking Scorpio, so y'all know he's fucking lying. He comes from a 2-parent household, don't want for shit, whatever he asks for. This is the only motherfucker I know in Montclair, clothes and shit, all type of shit. Bread. He has bread, okay? You can't be sad. Your mom is sitting here and investing in your music career right now, my nigga, and you only in the motherfucking 10th grade. How the fuck is you sad? Neither here nor there, y'all. So he was in this lunch period. He was a grade under me. So He was in his lunch period. I was in his lunch period. I used to skip my lunch all the fucking time and go be in his lunch because we had something called recess in high school. Yes, indeed, we did. We would go to the fucking gym for about 45 minutes before lunch. Sometimes people would not go to lunch. Sometimes people would. Or they'll just hang out in the gym the whole entire time. This particular time, I'm going to his lunch. I'm peeping game because why is he all buddy up on the top of the bleachers with some bitch, okay? However, I can't prove it. I can't prove it. You also depressed, but you see you buddy done caked up with this bitch. However, I'm homeboys and homegirls with your homeboy. So we gonna say his name, Free Nino. So Nino pillow talking. Oh yeah. Yap. Oh, he was, remember when you came and picked us up? Yeah, he went to go see this bitch. So, you know what I do? We break up. I don't give a fuck. I'm not finna do this shit with you. We break up. I do this whole little, myself, and I'm acting like I'm, woe is me, woe her. Y'all, the cousin stayed, my house is right here. Cousin stayed 1, 2, 3, 4 houses down from me. Smacking ass. So boom, in the meantime, I'm already been cool with the cousin. Always been cool with the cousin because the cousin is in my grade, okay? And I started calling the cousin because that was his cousin, okay? So boom. After, yeah, I set the plan. I'm already knowing. I'm already venting to him about what I'm going through and all this other crazy stuff. And baby, okay? But before I linked with the nigga or whatever, I asked my friend if I should. Not friends with her no more. And she was like, hell yeah, you should do it. Whoa. So boom, y'all, I go link with the cousin. The cousin, okay? Literally, I'm so fucking fried, y'all. I let the cousin take a picture of me butt ass naked in his motherfucking chain. So I just got this fat ass chain on. Not thinking that this is proof. This is fucking proof, you know? Neither here nor motherfucking there, y'all. Shit hit the fan literally like a week or two later about me hunching on a cousin. My friend, I ended up falling out with my friend at the time because she felt some type of way. His ex-girlfriend felt some type of way. Bitch, granted, she should have felt some type of way because I was in her face. But the only person who I felt like should have really been upset in that moment was my ex. My ex. I don't even feel like my friend should have been upset, but you know, neither here nor there. She's entitled to how she feels. And then we done grew past it and some more shit, so I'm really not even worried about. But my intentions wasn't to hurt nobody in that meantime, but to hurt my ex. And a lot of people got hurt in the meantime. So let me tell y'all my Lady of the Night origin story in honor of the Lady of the Night blocking me, punk. So everybody keep commenting on my last story time about like, your stepdad. Yeah. Yes, y'all, my stepdad took my virginity. I cannot make this shit up. And not now one of these videos has been satire. This is real life. Like, I could really write a fucking book, but I prefer to tell y'all in videos. So before anybody gets confused, my stepdad had moved me, my mom, and my sister to a new city, okay? That's when he started to be more controlling. So in the time frame of us living in this new city, he was back and forth from our hometown to our new city, back and forth because he never had a job, never kept one, okay? Literally, we moved to the new city in August. By that November, my mom had her own crib, our own everything, and we moved out from living with his cousin. That following March, that's when me and my sister literally walk home from school. And we walk home, not from school, but we walk home from the bus stop. And when we walk home from the motherfucking bus stop, y'all, I swear to God, we put our shit down on our motherfucking bed. We sit down, we get on our iPods because we did not have iPhones or none of that shit at the time. And this man popped out the motherfucking closet on my son's ashes. Like, I swear to God, this man pops out the motherfucking closet and start yelling at us, telling that we don't clean nothing, we don't do this, we don't do that. Like, just started dogging us into making us clean. Now, just for context, my sister kept crying wolf and would say that he would make her get in a shower and put something tight on. Every time that, like, you feel me, like, my mom would confront him about it. Him and my sister would walk to the store, and then my sister would come back with snacks, and then she'll be like, oh, I never meant that, mommy. I lied on him because he wasn't getting me no snacks or some shit along those lines. Now, after about the 6th, 7th time, I'm like, hey, now you gotta chill on this shit because, you know, our cousin used to SA us when we was 3, 4, 5 years old, and she was like, oh my gosh, it was like I resurfaced one of her own memories because of what happened to the both of us. And then I was like, you really can't keep doing that. You can't keep crying wolf because, granted, in the time frame that my stepdad was not in the city, my mom had her little shindig, her little peoples going on, right? Her little peoples touched me. So I tell my sister, like, you cannot be crying wolf because Phil actually molested me. Like, you cannot do that. So boom, I go to the Boys and Girls Club one day. I come back home. Literally, my mom and my stepdad like, sit down. I'm like, what's up? Like, what the hell? And they like, oh, so Phil did what to you? Woo, woo, woo. So I confess because I ain't no bitch. When I say my stepdad goes around the whole motherfucking city looking for this nigga, he goes around the whole fucking city looking for this nigga. Like, you did what to my stepdaughter? My daughter this, my daughter that, da, 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 da. I swear to God, less than 10 hours later, y'all, he's writing a fucking note and left it in the bathroom in the toilet paper roll. And the note said, and I quote, if you can keep your cousin's secret and Phil's secret, why can't you keep mine? I play the hell out of oblivious because what are we talking about right now? What secret did I keep? And what secret of yours am I going to keep? What are we talking about? I don't even know I don't even know what you're talking about. What note was even left there? So he's literally going ape shit. He going ape shit looking for this motherfucking note. Whole time I had the fucking note. So boom, time goes on. It was always some like weird shit going on. For example, this around the time when the ASL challenge, challenge was going around with the ice water and bucket. So he was telling me that it was a challenge going around where the girls was putting the legs behind their heads, and for how seeing how long they could do it. I used to be really flexible, so my gullible ass, I used to sit here and put my legs behind my head, like literally put my legs behind my head and literally just sit there for minutes and hours, literally trying to see how long. Then he also would like, what else did he do? I'm trying to think. Oh, I caught him recording me one time because like I started growing breasts and stuff like that. So I caught him like the flash came on when, now this is when iPhone 6s just came out. So the flash came on and he didn't know the fucking flash was on. So y'all, fast forward. Then it was like maybe a month later, I asked to go to my friend Kai's house. And my friend Kai probably stayed 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away. But to him, this was the other side of town. So for me to go to Kai's house, I had to send him pictures. What kind of pictures, you may ask? Yeah. So me being oblivious and not knowing how to take those pictures, this grown ass 35, 36, 37-year-old at the time, and I'm being 12, he sits here and teaches me how to and take the fucking picture, y'all. I swear to God. So immediately, once I go into survival mode, yeah, because I'm not about to, he's going to keep asking. This is not the first time. So at this point, I have no choice but to do this, So for me to go to my friend's house, indeed, I sent them motherfucking pictures and I was gone for about 3-4 days. Don't give two flying fucks. So after that, he thought it was going to be a routine. And this particular time, I told him no. When I told him no, he took my phone for having a D in gym. That's when I told my mom that it started happening to me. Don't give a fuck. Mom, he took my phone because I didn't send no pictures. My mom go grab my phone. She don't say shit to him. She go grab my phone. Messages is gone. Messages out of his phone is gone. This is way before recently deleted. And I had an HTC Android. So when it was deleted, baby, they was gone. So fast forward, y'all. After that, the fact that I could tell my mom, and my mom was the breadwinner. My mom was always at work. She worked 10-hour shifts. My mom was always fucking gone. So he started torturing me, y'all. The type of punishments that me and my sister used to really get, like, we used to have to stand in the middle of the floor with books till we can't close our hands for like 10, 11 hours. He would not feed us. We used to have to stand in a motherfucking corner without touching the wall for shifts. Like when I say 10, 11-hour shifts, I'm not making this shit up. He wouldn't feed my sister to where my sister started vomiting. What all type of shit he used to, it was just like, oh, we had to clean and wash they fucking clothes and fold they clothes. It was all type of crazy ass shit that he used to have us doing. And then after the torture went on, he was like, okay, you wanted to stop? And any begging child who's tired of getting in trouble when they ass whipped and getting punched on for no fucking reason, yes, I'm going to want it to stop. And the only way that he would stop was by starting to masturbate to me. After he was masturbating to me for a while, he got tired of that and started giving me oral. At that point in time, that's what turned me off oral for the fucking longest. I only liked it from the girl. So that molestation was going on for about 6 months to a year. Literally January 1st, 2017. Well, I remember December 31st, 2016. I get woken up out of my sleep. Like, I get woken up out of my sleep to my stepdad accusing me of doing something, like linking with a boy or some shit like that. Or, no, I'm gonna tell you. So, me and my sister, we went to Columbus with my grandma that Thanksgiving. So, he swear up and down that some shit was happening because he knew that my grandma got me and my sister our own room for Thanksgiving. Weird, whatever. The only motherfucker that was there was my cousin. So he kept accusing me, my cousin, of doing something whatever. But I'm not knowing. I'm so oblivious to this. Like, I'm so oblivious to this. Like, he keeps accusing me. Like, he keep accusing me of doing something. My cousin's friend was there. So yeah, by any means, I was kissing on that boy. I was. Indeed, I was. And me and that little boy, I used to think we had a fling going on after the fact. Yeah. But my stepdad kept saying that I hunched on this man. By any means, on my child's ashes, I did not hunch on this man. Like, I did not hunch on this man. But he kept accusing me of it. He waking me up on my sleep, literally, like, shaking me out of my sleep. So he, like, da-da-da-da, cussing me out. And he was like, you don't want your mom to find out. You don't want your mom to find this out. You don't want your mom to find this out. Still, like, this is me assuming this is what he's talking about. Because still to this fucking day, I don't know if this is why I'm in trouble. Because all I know is that he's like, you don't want your mom to find this out. So I'm like, oh, I'll do anything for my mom to find out. Like, I'll do anything. And he was like, you got to make me feel good. So make a long story short, he was like, I'm going to text you in a couple minutes. He texted me in a couple minutes, told me to come downstairs. And long story short, that's when he took my virginity. Make a long story fucking short. After that, I was literally having intercourse with this man almost every fucking day. Anytime I wanted some McDonald's, Wendy's, anything that causes spend money, I was hunching this man for. I started smoking weed at this age. So I am 12 years old, depending on him for my grabba and my leaves and all of that. Every last Jordan that dropped, I was getting it. Like, literally, I was his girlfriend while he was married to my mom. Until that was January 1st, 2017. So literally that year I had the best birthday ever. I had a fuck for it. And then literally, so December 15th, 2017, that morning, literally, my sister woke up like, I am fucking tired. My sister didn't even know this shit was going on with me. Like, this shit was so weird. She was like, I'm fucking tired. I told him that I said no. And he was like, I got something for you when you come back. My sister already had a case built. My sister had file on top of file on top of file on top of text message on top of text message on top of text message of her and this man, literally. And she went straight to the fucking guidance counselor, and by noon that day, December 15th, 2017, I was getting called down. And now I'm sitting here talking to CPS, and that day is when I went to foster care. Yep. And by November 7th, 2018 is when he got sentenced, and he got sentenced to 9.5 years. Only reason we did not go to trial is because they wanted, you'll know what trial is, all or nothing. However, we should have took that bitch ass nigga to motherfucking trial, because when we sat here and still had to read our victim impact statement in front of that nigga, the judge said if he could give him more time, he would have, because the proof is in the fucking pudding. Yup. Y'all got more stories than me just fucking these niggas. However, let me tell y'all how the fuck my homegirls ran off on the plug. I was guilty by association. I still had to go link up with the nigga that night. So long story short, y'all, I was always the youngest hanging around everybody. Mind y'all, I'm 15 at the time. Money and Mook had to be 17, I believe. However, before Sneaky Links came about, we had fuck buddies, okay? So boom, y'all. Me and Mook and Money, we all worked on the same shift, okay? We worked, well, not the same shift, but we worked the same job at Wendy's, okay? Every time we had some free time together, whether we was off the same day or went on break the same day, some bullshit happened. For example, when we went on break the same day, we got caught smoking weed by the police, okay? And we're underage. And I'm in foster care. So boom, at this point in time, Mook, she has sticky fingers. I don't know what got into her, because granted, she is an esthetician, a mom. She's always been a good girl. I don't know when the fuck and what possessed her to have sticky fingers. Like, her ass, when we went to the Mall of America, she was ripping the Mall of America's mouth out. Like, I don't fucking know. So y'all, it was payday, right? Me, Money, Mook, we all got the same day off. We about to go hit the plug up, because we need some of that. We did not motherfucking think to just cop a zip at the time, but neither here nor there, we all individually copped $60 worth of Zot at that time, okay? So when we put up on the plug, mind you, I've been with the plug, okay? But yeah, I don't know. When we put up on him, he already had hella niggas at his fucking crib. Like, he had hella niggas, like, he had 2 couches, like the recliner chair, like everybody was hella motherfuckers was there. Long story short, we come in the crib, we follow him in the crib, right? We follow him in there, we follow him to the back room. When we follow him in the back room, he weighs the shit up. Now, coming out of the room, it goes him, me, Money. Mook ass lingered a little bit, but she was out behind us. So neither here nor there. Mook ass come from around the corner, and she like pulling her shirt down like. So I'm already knowing, because she just robbed the motherfucking Mall of America. Why the fuck would she take from him? Like, who the fuck is he, you know? So boom, I'm peeping game. She like, can I go to the bathroom? I swear to God, I wish this was satire. I wish I was making this shit up. I hope she get in the motherfucking comments. She can merch this. So she gonna switch the position, right, of where she got this at, because I'm knowing that she just told his shit, right? So boom, I'm like, we gotta get the fuck up out of here. Long story short, Money and her go back outside. They go outside, right? Whatever. I'm talking to him. I'm like, yeah, I'm finna come see you tonight. I'm gonna pull back up on you. Woo, woo. Like I said, I been hunching on him. I been bet. So boom, y'all. I leave out of there, y'all. Coast clear, right? As soon as I get in the car, Mook pull out a whole motherfucking half. She pulled out a whole motherfucking half and was like, I took this. Give it back. Go give it back. Money in the back. She like, no, pull the fuck off. While Money in the back yelling at us to pull the fuck off, Mook and me is trying to contemplate on how the fuck she finna return it. She like, I'm just gonna tell them I accidentally took this. We never copped the half. Like, boom, Money. We listen to Money. She tell us to pull off. We pull the fuck off. I call my mom immediately. Mom, we just ran off on the plug. Mind y'all, I'm in fucking foster care. I'm not supposed to be seeing my mom without being supervised, okay? So boom, I go pull up on my mom immediately. So boom, we smoking. We get high. My mom, boom. She like, oh, y'all done got some shit. Oh. So boom, y'all, after we cop our little Zod or whatever, so boom, he ended up texting me like 45 minutes later. And he was like, did y'all see my other bag? Whoa, whoa, whoa. And I'm about to text a fat ass paragraph, y'all, because I never been in no shit like this before. Like, what the fuck? So I'm finna send a fat ass paragraph like, how dare you accuse me? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I was finna hop on his ass. However, my mom snatched my phone and she texted him back and was like, nah, bro, I only got what you gave me. So boom, he was like, shit, my shit just gone, whoa, whoa. To this day, I don't know if he knows. So then boom, y'all, I forgot to mention. So we had to go to the drive-thru because I don't know if y'all know, in Ohio, we got drive-thrus. Like, we don't have to, like, you feel me, get out the car. We can just pull up in this little garage thing and go through it. I don't know, but I know Ohio the only one I got them motherfuckers. Neither here nor there. So we go to the drive-thru. That's the only way we can get shells, because at this point we weren't smoking woods or nothing like that. We was only smoking swishers, y'all. So boom, we go get our little flavors, strawberry margarita swishers or whatever, and these niggas pull up behind us, y'all. We shaking on our motherfucking boots. I swear to God, on my son ashes, we shaking on our motherfucking boots, y'all. So we pull off. Never get the motherfucking shells or nothing like that, y'all. When we pull the fuck off, right? I'm thinking these niggas is following us. So we go to Steak and Shake, just driving, just doing fucking shit, just annoyed it. So boom, we go to fucking Steak and Shake, and Money, when we pick Money up, she has Steak and Shake already. So I'm taking the motherfucking milkshake in the Steak and Shake to throw it away. Why we about to go eat Steak and Shake? It's not making sense, y'all, but I swear to God, this how the shit went. And I'm shaking so fucking bad, I dropped the whole fucking milkshake in Steak and Shake, and we leave Steak and Shake because I thought the niggas was following us. Oh my God, what a time.
How a hacker helped me find out that my boyfriend was a predator. I saw a woman on here who had a very similar story, and it reminded me of this. I'm like, oh my God, bitch, I have to tell my story. So the year's 2019. I was 19 years old. This was just before fucking COVID, like the pandemic, okay? So keep that in mind. I had been talking to this guy who was, when we got together, I was 19 and he was 22, but I had been talking to him for almost a year, okay? So we were talking for like a year. We finally get together, and we're together for like 4 months, and he decides that he's enlisting in the Navy. And I'm like, okay. So he fucking leaves for the Navy. Okay. I'm like hating it, but I'm loving it. I'm all like, oh, I'm this like Navy girlfriend. Anyway, we could hardly talk because he was in boot camp and stuff. And then when he finally got out, we would like write letters. Couldn't really text too much. Okay. Until he finally messaged me and was like, okay, you know, like we're at a good point where we can talk, but I have to go out to the ship now. You know, it's going to be 7 days, and then I'll be back. I'll have service. We can text. We don't really have to write letters anymore. Cool. Okay. He goes out on the ship. Not 2 days pass. I get a hey girly text on Facebook. Hey girly, do you know Abraham? Yes, I'm saying his name. 'Cause girl. And I was like, yeah, that's my boyfriend. Why do you ask? Heart is in my asshole, by the way. They're like, well, we have a video of him, and if you don't send us $500, we're going to send it to his family and post it. And I was like, where did you get it? What the fuck? How do I even know you're talking about my fucking boyfriend? I know scams, okay? You fucking weirdo. They're like, no, yeah, this is your boyfriend. I'm like, okay, if it is my boyfriend and he sent it to you, that means he's cheating on me, so post it. I don't give a fuck. I wish I had the fucking screenshots so I could show you, bro. But the person did fucking deactivate their account and like block me and shit as soon as like all this was over. But anyway, I'm telling them like, if he fucking cheated on me, post it. I don't want to fucking be with a cheater, okay? Maybe that'll fucking teach him. And I'm like, but how do I know it's my boyfriend? And they're like, well, it just is. It's Abraham. And I'm like, okay, but how do I believe you? Because mind you, I had known this man for like almost 2 years at this point, okay? We had been dating for almost a year at this point, right? So naive, 19, and a little crazy from the pandemic, I chose to fucking try to believe my man. You know what I mean? Give him the benefit of the doubt. So I was like, but how do I know that you're talking about my man? How do I know that this isn't just like a scam? Clearly it fucking was, but some shit was done. They're like, okay, we'll prove it to you. And they send a picture, and the picture's like from a phone, and it's of like a computer screen, and on the computer screen is a photo, and it's not even a photo, it's like stopped in a video. And all you can see is a hand and it holding, I know my shit. Why is that my shit on your fucking phone? On your computer? Bro, I was like, I'm pretty sure, like mentally I was fucking crashing out. But I couldn't let them know that. So I was like, that could be anybody's. Like, how am I supposed to know that that's really my man's? You know what I mean? Like, and if it is, still, post it. I don't care. They FaceTime me, bitch. I didn't see the people on the screen, but they FaceTime me. They've got the phone, and they're pointing it at the computer screen. And it's a video of my man, ex at the time, obviously, or ex now, man at the time, I meant to say. My man at the time, fucking, he's in his uniform, hat low, covering his eyes and shit. On camera, mind you, I had asked this man to send me so many of those fucking videos. And he's like, oh, I just don't make videos like that. Like, what? So I see this, and I'm not only fucking pissed because how did you get this? But I'm fucking livid because why did you get this? So I was fucking mad. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Dude, I started freaking out. I was like, that's my man. Where did you get this? How did you get this? What's going on? You know, if he cheated on me, then post it. I don't care, because I was upset. They go, oh my God, bitch, I gotta hold your hand for this. They go, he thought he was sending it to a 16-year-old girl. What do you mean? What do you fucking mean? Oh my God. And so at that point, I'm crashing out. I get out of the messages. I'm screenshotting shit. At least I thought that I did. I also have a new phone now, so like I'm pretty sure that I did, but I don't fucking know where they are. But I text my boyfriend. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Obviously he's on the ship. He can't respond to me for a few days. So I'm like going insane over the course of the next 5 days. He finally gets off the ship and he calls me and he's like, oh my gosh, you know, I've been meaning to talk to you about it. Like I was so worried that they were going to message you. I've already tried paying them a whole bunch of money. Like my account's dry because of this. And they just won't stop, blah, 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 blah. That should have been my first fucking clue. Okay, first of all, like I said, I was 19 and naive. And I already paid them money. Why the fuck would you pay them money if it was... Mind you, I have a spicy account. And if anybody was ever like, I'm going to post your shit. Okay. Unfortunately, that's the kind of world that, like, that's the kind of business that I've gotten myself into. You're telling me you paid them money? You did something wrong. And he's like, my phone was hacked. Bitch, okay, you're going to be so mad at me. I chose to believe him. Oh my God. Because I was fucking stupid and I was 19. And then, however, though, because he just denied. And I come from a family of toxic shit. I should have known better, but I didn't. I think like a week or two later, my sister messages me and she's like, hey, you know how you were telling me about all that stuff that went on with your boyfriend? How he got hacked and stuff? I'm like, yeah. And she goes, so the same exact thing just happened to my really close friend and her husband, and he admitted to it. So I don't think he got hacked. Bro. Yeah, that was a rough time for me. That was fucking rough. I think a hacker telling me that my boyfriend in the Navy is a predator is bad. It is. But let me tell you about our anniversary right before we broke up. This was all within like a short period of each other. So like it all played into each other. And this actually is what confirmed it for me that he genuinely was a fucking predator. So I worked on Halloween, our anniversary, but he got to come home, okay? So I told him, I was like, I'll just pick you up after I'm off work and then we'll spend time together for our anniversary. And he's like, okay, I'm at a hotel with some of my friends, which like wasn't weird to me just because I knew he was back home from the Navy. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I'll come pick you up after. I get off work, I leave, I go pick him up, and I'm downtown. If your downtown is like my downtown, there's a lot of one-way streets. So if you miss something or pass something, or if, for example, you pass by the hotel and your boyfriend's not outside yet and there's nowhere to park, you have to pull around the block maybe 6 fucking times. That's exactly what happened because he kept saying, I'm ready, and then took forever to come downstairs. This pissed me off. This caused a fight in the car on the way home, and I didn't let it go. So he had these 2 friends that were girls that were 18 and 17, okay? Me being 19, I didn't think it was that weird, sadly. Now I fucking know. As well as he told me that they were like lifelong friends, you know what I mean? That he's just known them their whole life. So I was like, okay, that's a little bit less weird. I had one of the girls on Facebook from high school. I went to high school with them. And she posts pictures of herself and the other girl that he's friends with. And it's from Halloween. And it's their costumes and their Playboy bunnies. And they're standing in a hallway. And I'm like, I just get this gut feeling. So I go and I look up online what the hallways of the hotel look like that he was at, because I'd never been to that hotel. Sure enough, those are the friends that he was with that night. The 2 fucking minor girls, one barely 18, 2 little fucking girls dressed up as Playboy bunnies. That's where my boyfriend was on our anniversary. Okay, so by the time that I figured this out, like a week had passed, I was fucking livid. And I brought it up to him. I was fucking pissed. His excuse that we were all just hanging out. Their boyfriends were there. Like I was there with my guy friend. But you're going to be mad at me again. I chose to believe it. And I had even told him, I had even told him, I don't want to know if you guys have done anything in the past. Like, I just don't want to know. Because I had guy friends that I had done things with in the past that I didn't have feelings for. So I was like, I just don't want to know. Oh my God, bitch. Like a day or 2 later, I had posted on Facebook, because this was like when Facebook was more popular and TikTok was just starting. But I had posted on Facebook, like my pronouns, because I had finally come out as like they, she, you know, but now I'm just fluid. But he sends me a screenshot of that post. He doesn't have Facebook. And so he goes, my mom sent this to me. What does this mean? So I don't know if it's still like this, but on Facebook, you used to have like this little bubble that had your own face. Like if it was your account, your face would be in the bubble. So like if, you know, like next to the share button, there would be like a little picture of your face, right? So I zoom in and it's one of the girls. I freak out. You fucking liar. Why are you fucking lying to me? I see that bitch's face right there. Why are you still fucking talking to her? You told me that you guys aren't talking anymore. I was fucking done. I was done. I go, you fucked him before, haven't you? And he goes, I thought you didn't want to know. Mind you, he was 22. One was 18 and one was 17. He goes, it was a long time ago. We've known each other forever. There is no point in time that you could have been with them and it been okay, right? 17, 18, and 22. Even if you were 21, that would make one of them 16 and 17. If you were 20, that would make one of them 15 and 16. If you were 19, they would have been 14 and 15. If you were 18, they would have been 13 and 14. And if you were a minor, if you were 17, they would have been 12 and 13. But when the fuck did you sleep with them? Yeah, that was the final. That was actually the last, like, because I had believed my sister. If you haven't watched my other video, go watch my other video. Because yes, a hacker is the reason that I found out that he was a predator. But unfortunately, I was 19 and I didn't want to believe it. And this confirmed it.
Thing that really hit me is how young people can get manipulated by older people who should absolutely know better. Like that whole situation with the Navy boyfriend. He was 22 messing with girls who were literally in high school. And the way he kept lying and gaslighting about it, that's predatory behavior, period. It's wild how someone can be so close to a situation and not see it clearly until later. The hacker situation is crazy too. Like sometimes the truth comes from the most unexpected places, and even then people will deny until they can't anymore. The stepfather story is it's heartbreaking. What really got me is how abusers use isolation and fear to control people. Taking someone's phone as punishment when really it's about cutting off their ability to get help? That's calculated. And the fact that it took the sister finally speaking up for things to change, it shows how much courage it takes to break that silence. Also, the way he groomed her, teaching her how to take those pictures, making it seem normal, using punishments and rewards. That's textbook manipulation, and it's disgusting. 9.5 years wasn't enough. What's interesting is how people can normalize really abnormal shit when they're in it. Like looking back and being like, why did I believe that? But trauma and manipulation mess with your head. You convince yourself of things because facing the truth is too painful or scary. When you're 19 and someone's lying to your face, sometimes you want to believe them because the alternative is admitting you've been played. The revenge story with the cousin is messy, but it shows how hurt people sometimes hurt people. Not saying it's right, but when you're young and someone cheats on you, you're not always thinking clearly. You just want them to feel what you felt. That photo in the chain, that was evidence she wasn't thinking about consequences, just payback. And yeah, other people got caught in the crossfire, but that's what happens when you're moving out of emotion instead of logic. That first story about running off on the plug, though, that's a whole different lesson about the company you keep. Your friends' bad decisions can become your problem real quick. And being in foster care while doing all that, the stakes were so much higher for her than for her friends. Sometimes you gotta distance yourself from people who make impulsive choices that could blow back on you. And that last one about the pregnancy and loss, damn, it really shows the consequences of not being careful about who you're intimate with. 2 different guys, neither one stepping up, and she's left dealing with the grief alone. That's rough. The baby daddy gave her an STI, was cheating with multiple people, including a minor, then had the nerve to tell her to get rid of the baby. Then when she decided to keep it and lost the baby at 6 months, both dudes just disappeared. She carried that pain by herself. That's the reality of being reckless with intimacy. You might end up going through the hardest moments of your life completely alone. The whole lady of the night thing, there's a pattern here of seeking validation or money or revenge through sex, and it's clearly coming from a place of trauma. When you grow up experiencing abuse and instability, sometimes you end up recreating those patterns in different ways. It's like trying to control situations by controlling your sexuality, but you're still getting hurt in the process. Overall, trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't ignore red flags just because you want to believe someone. And real talk, age gaps matter when people are young. A 22-year-old has no business with high schoolers, ever. Also, people will show you who they are. Believe them the first time. Don't wait for the second, third, or fourth red flag. Another thing, trauma doesn't excuse everything, but it explains a lot. These stories show how childhood abuse and instability can lead to making risky choices as a young adult. Healing matters, getting help matters, breaking cycles matters, and protecting yourself, emotionally, physically, legally, that matters too.
Get that thing! Mamas, you got it. Mamas, you got it. Let her go. You still want that? Chill. Johnny. I know you did. Like that, and I saw that. He got fucked up. Got fired at 14-year-old. He got hit. He got fucked up by 14-year-old. Wait. Get that bitch.
yeah, we're gonna do a story time of how I went 2 hours away to go beat my dad's ex-girlfriend up and her kids. Alright, y'all, so basically how we got there is my dad decided to start dating a woman that has 6 kids. I am one out of 7. 3 of us don't live with my dad. So she took her and her 6 kids and moved with my dad. Everything was cool at first. She was trying to play the mommy figure that my siblings did not have because my mom passed away. And it was all cool at first. But then some bullying had started happening within the kids. Like, all of the kids are all in age. You pick a sibling from her kids to my siblings. They all can have a sibling, like same age type of thing. Being said, some of the kids started like fake beefing with my sisters, trying to bully them, all this other stuff. The house would be dirty because, let's be real, there's how many people living in here? Nobody's trying to clean up. My siblings are calling me saying that these people are never cleaning, that they always are getting in trouble and they have to do everything. And I was always calling my dad. I live 2 hours away from them, so I can't just up and correct anything of what's going on. So yeah, I try to help as much as I can. I texted my dad, called my dad, I told him like what the issues were. Then she decided to write, "Do not effing touch on the food." She would use my dad's food stamp card, buy the food, take it, write names on it for her kids, and did not allow my siblings to eat it. Before we even get into it, because I don't want a lot of people saying, oh, how did your dad allow this, allow that? My dad does have an illness, so like certain things he cannot really control. He really can't do that much for real. Like, that's hence why he didn't really jump in a fight. For one, I told him not to, and on top of that, he has an illness. Like, he cannot be fighting for real. But she was over there writing on the food saying, do not touch and all this other stuff. And at this point, I was working 2 jobs, so I just couldn't up and leave and go help my siblings. So I'm doing the best I can. Okay, guys, the best I can. So then it got to a point where one of the kids started texting me. They're around my age, and they're talking stuff about my siblings, like, oh, you're the sibling that fights. You know, basically threatening me, threatening my siblings and all this other stuff. And I'm asking my siblings, are they okay? Like, do you guys really need me to come out there? Because you guys know I'm the crash out sibling. I've been to juvie, I did X, Y, and Z. Like, y'all know I don't care about it. Ain't nothing. I don't mind. Like, I'll be fine. I'll go, and I'll whoop anybody for my siblings. I really didn't care for a lot of the drama until, I want to say, last February when that video had taken place. The daughter threatened to stab me. The other one decided to tell my siblings that she's happy that our mom was dead. Why would you say that to them? Like, one of my siblings is fucking 13. Why would you say that to them? You know, the others, they can handle their own, but why would you say that? So, you know, me being the big sister I am, I came to the rescue. Yes, I did. I quit both my jobs at the time. I had time. Like, I'm sitting at the bar when they call me. I'm sitting at the bar minding my business. And my siblings call me like, yo, she just said she's happy our mom is dead. Da-da-da. They were hurt, upset. And all I heard was, like, my siblings was hurt. Like, I needed to go handle that. That's all I heard. We're not going to forget. I took this video in September.
What are we talking about? Like, bitch, you're done. And when they hear the footage, if you get it motherfucking drag, bitch, you're really over it. The fuck is we talking about, bitch? You're
That was in September, y'all. So, like, we had beef, but I wasn't able to go out there until March or something like that. It was almost a year now, so I could talk about it. Yeah. Alright, y'all, because there's so much in this story that I feel like I need to talk about. When I came to the house, I came in through the fire escape. I texted my siblings that I'm outside. Literally 2 hours away. Drove 2 hours away to get here. Went from New York to Pennsylvania. Hello, what's up? I came in the house. I went upstairs. I asked my siblings, like, okay, guys, where is everybody at? Who stays where? Like, I need to know what I'm walking into. I'm not trying to get jumped by them either. So I'm like, what's up? Like, who's where? Because I really wanted my dad's girlfriend, honestly. Like, I wanted the old one. Like, I like competition. You're older. You know, like, give me a run for my money. And she's bigger, too. I was feeling it. I thought I was going to have to whip her. Wait, I did. But, yeah. When I got into the house, everybody was acting all scary, all this other stuff. If you look in the video closely, I was holding, like, a butter knife, like a bread knife, because I previously was upstairs trying to unlock all the doors, trying to get into, like, everybody's room. People was hiding. The girl in the kitchen was cooking. She was the only one that I seen. So I was like, oh, yeah, what's up? You the one that said you was going to stab me, right? Once I seen her and I was like, oh, yeah, you're the one that wanted to stab me. I threw a Febreze at her and we started fighting. Once we started fighting, her boyfriend, let's correct that. Like, I want to correct a lot of stuff that people were saying in the comments. Her boyfriend is the one who had hit me. Obviously, if all the siblings is living in the house with my siblings, their significant others come over or whatever to be happening there. So her boyfriend was there. I didn't care if the boyfriend was there. My man was there too, but he was parking the car because I told you I went up the fire escape. Okay, so let the math. I went up the fire escape. He was parking the car and I went in there and I just caused hell. Everybody knew what I was coming in there for. Like, everybody knew I was coming in to raise hell. Like, I only really be popping up when it's like family, you know, some family events or to raise hell for my siblings. So when I got there, I came there to do what I wanted to do. The guy in yellow, I want to correct this. The guy in yellow is my dad. He was told not to fight. I want to keep saying this because a lot of comments was like, you know, coming from my dad a little bit, but I really want to correct this. He is grown. We're all in our 20s, teens. Like everybody that was fighting was in the age rank of able to fight, you know? So it was like my dad hitting or doing X, Y, and Z, I would have been kind of mad because I can handle my own, like as I did. I'm going to post different point of views. Or maybe I could just show you one here. These are my cousins. Those are my cousins. That's my dad. He came in swinging. Oh my God. He said, he was over there really trying to crunch me up, but what was I still doing? Holding my own. Yo, why he came in there swinging at me like that? Yo, who was he feeling like? Who the fuck was he feeling like? Or y'all, should I post this one separately too? Because I slapped it with a burger. If I didn't have asthma, I would have fought the boy too. Swear to God. Oh my God. Damn, this was a time. Oh, should I show y'all how I broke down the door too? Because I told y'all, I got the mama too. She was on the phone with the cops, told y'all. That's literally how it all transpired because of that lady right there. And she got hers too. I had a boop, boop, boop with her ass real quick. And I didn't really care. The cops came and I ran. And I went back to New York. Like, the hell? Moral of the story. Zeus, if you're watching this, it's a real baddie. The fuck? No, let me stop playing. The moral of the story, if you mess with my siblings, I'm on your ass. That's basically what happened. And, you know, the boyfriend jumped in and it was a brawl. But it was like long overdue. Like it was something that's needed. Again, I will be posting other point of views and stuff so like you guys can see and not really judge. But I'm happy, like I had to say something too because there was a lot of people. There was this one person in the comments talking about Satan and stuff. And I was like, oh, let me just address this right now because yeah, it kind of looks like, oh, they're just jumping, da da da. No, they were protecting their older sister who was protecting them because somebody talked about our dead mom. So when somebody talks about you and yours, you defend that, how you decide to defend it. And I'm going to defend mine how I want to. But can we get into the look though? Let's try this again. Let's get into this look. Yeah.
Story time of me working for Eben, New York as the only black person in corporate. Honestly, y'all, it took a lot out of me to even make this video. It's been 3 months since I left the job. They actually fired me. Wrongful termination, but we'll get to that. It has just been a very long journey. Eben, New York is a very popular beauty brand. They are very known for their 24-hour edge controls. I'll put it right here. And they're also very known for their wig sprays. So hairstylists, listen up, because a lot of you, even if you're not a hairstylist, if you're a black woman, black people in general, listen up, because I was treated so horribly, guys. Like I would go to the bathroom every day at work and cry. It was to the point where I just couldn't take it anymore. That's how bad it was. So I initially seen a job posting on LinkedIn for being their content creator, basically like the face of the brand. Just do like a quick couple of videos for them. So the HR lady, the company's very small. If that, like, the company is like 80 people or whatever. So there was only one HR person at the time. And this lady, she reached out to me on LinkedIn and she was like, oh, can you come in for an interview? Like, we would love to talk to you. So I'm like, yeah, sure. So I go in there and she's just like telling me all about the brand. And I realized that she kept saying like, oh, we're trying to make it more diverse in the office. We're trying to make it, she just kept saying that. We're just trying to make it more diverse in the office. So I'm just looking around and I'm like, well, there are a lot of Korean people. How are you guys doing this? Like, what do you mean? There's no black people at all? So she's showing me like, oh, they have like in-house beauty hairstylers, nail techs, lash techs, whatever, and they test out the products. They're not on a corporate side though. I didn't know this. I'm just thinking like, oh, okay, so I see some black women in the office, you know, cool. So I'm looking around, it's just nothing but Korean people. That still didn't bother me because I still seen like some black women in the office. So I'm like, cool, it doesn't matter. So she seen my resume and she was like, how do you feel about actually working full-time as a marketer, social media marketer? And I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I could come into the office every day and, you know, do marketing. That's what I went to school for, communications and marketing. So I took on a job, and the first day that I went to work, they was just basically showing me how to do stuff, what websites they use and things like that. So I'm already ready to make my first video, post it on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. Wow. I edited this video and I posted it right before I left, and I noticed that it was going viral within 3 hours. Like, as soon as I posted it, it was going up. So I'm like, I'm getting excited because I'm like, oh, this is my first day and I'm already, you know, showing off, like doing my job. And I was looking at it all night. That's how excited I was. I kept scrolling, going on their page and looking at the video like I'm doing my big one. It was around 8 p.m. that I realized that the video was deleted. So I'm like, what's going on? I was reading the comments the whole time, y'all. Everyone was laughing at the video. They were saying whoever's on the marketing team needs a raise. They were saying all these positive things, right? So I go into work the next morning, and as I'm walking to my desk, I have to pass my supervisor's desk, and I have to pass another coworker that thought she was my supervisor. Let's get into that. We could get into that, but I'm gonna just keep going. So I'm going to my desk, and I see that my coworker is showing my supervisor the video that I posted on TikTok from the account or whatever. So I'm like, they're just like literally looking at it or whatever, like reading the comments. And I'm like, hey, good morning. Yeah, why did the video delete? And all I know is that they looked at me and they were just like, there was too many negative comments. So then I go on the account and I, you know, look at the comments. I'm like, there's no negative comments. Someone was saying like, oh, the person that posted it, like the marketing team, I mean, the company better be black owned or something like that, because the video was funny. It was about SZA, I think it was. Like, it was about a black person doing a wig. It was some creative thing that I did. It was just all jokes, and it was good for marketing. So I was like, there's no negative comments here. And, you know, I felt some type of way because I'm like, it was my first day. I made a video go viral. Y'all needed help. Y'all needed help going viral and, you know, keep marketing these products and stuff. And I'm over here doing it on the first day, and y'all trying to figure out one little thing. Y'all see one little comment that says something, you know, a little negative to y'all, and y'all want to delete it. That's not how this works. Like, yeah, we got to get some tough skin around here if y'all want to keep going up in this company. So I let that slide. But ever since that day, I realized, like, everyone was just in competition with me. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was just like they were no longer trying to teach me anything. They were no longer First of all, I realized, let me just backtrack. Ever since that day, they had started speaking Korean the whole time in the office, in the marketing room. Korean. I had no conversation with them. They would speak to me whenever they told me to just do something. They would have meetings in full-blown Korean. Even the CEO would come in and speak in Korean. And nobody thought to even, you know, like, look and be like, oh, let's just speak in English for now. You know, we do have a black lady here that's just not Korean, and she doesn't know anything that we're saying. So I just started feeling uncomfortable. I'm like, there's no way that, you know, everybody was speaking English in the beginning, the first day that I was there, you know, being very nice. And now all of a sudden, everyone's just speaking Korean the whole time, giggling, looking at me, laughing about things. And I have no idea what any of them are saying. So literally the next week, I came into the office. I go in the bathroom. I come out. My supervisor, my coworkers, no one in a marketing team is in the office. So I'm like, I know for sure the day before, my supervisor was telling me like, oh, we're going to go to New York to set up for this TV show that we're doing or whatever. So I'm like, I know they did not leave me in the office by myself while they're in New York. Like, they went to the New York office. So I contacted my supervisor right away, and he's like, oh, yeah, we did leave you. He didn't really have anything to say. That's the thing that really got to me, is because, like, he really just was like, oh, yeah, we left you. Just do some work, edit some videos or whatever. Like, he didn't have no real reason to be leaving me. Like, he just did not care. So I'm just like, I feel some type of way now because it's like, y'all speaking Korean, y'all leaving me out of things. What, like, is this a team or not? So once I realized like they're separating me, I have coworkers that's talking to me any kind of way. The supervisor is just letting the coworkers talk to me any kind of way. I guess she thought that she was a supervisor, but we were literally on the same position. The first day, that was the only time she was nice to me. I guess once my video went viral, something switched. She was just like, oh, there's competition. I don't know, but I don't work like that. Like, if we're a team, we are a team. There's no reason for y'all to be like treating me any type of way. I'm new here, number one. I'm still trying to get the feel of things. I guess they felt intimidated. I don't know. But at that point, I just felt like, why am I in this office every day? Y'all are speaking Korean. Y'all don't want to speak to me at all. I'm at the lunch table trying to figure out where I'm going to go sit at, because the Korean culture, like, they all sit together, they talk. I sat with them like 1 or 2 days, the first 2 days, and they were just speaking Korean. They did not care. I just felt like that was so rude. So at this point, I'm feeling very uncomfortable about working there, but I'm still just like, I'm very new. Hopefully it'll change. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I went to HR and I complained. Y'all know when people say like HR is not on your side, like HR is not your team, they're just here to protect the company. That's 100% true. In this case, I went to the HR lady and I was telling her, like, I feel very uncomfortable. There are incidents that's going on and I just feel like something has to be done, because this is not the way I know that, a corporate is supposed to be ran. And I'm not supposed to be getting treated like this. I'm a new employee. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And I still feel like I'm being left out. Why is that? So she's just like, oh, I understand. Like, I'll speak to the marketing team. I'll speak to your supervisor. I'll try to get them back on track and try to get them, to work with you. When I tell you guys, I worked since August. I was complaining all the way up until January about these things. I even had to take a mental health leave because of this. It was messing with me every single day. The way they treated me, it was like they were micromanaging me a lot. So the Korean culture, like work culture, is very different. I get that. But the way I'm saying they're micromanaging me, every employee at Evan, New York, they have to write down their daily tasks in Asana, right? The daily tasks, you have to put each hour what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So mine, I had to make sure I put, like, I edited 10 videos today. I posted this. I emailed this person. I reached out to influencers. I did this. Like, my Asana had a whole book of things. And I would get emails when my coworkers would post on their Asana, like upload their stuff. And you can just literally see, they would have like 3 bullet points, quick things like scheduler emails, this, that, like very broad. And I was the one that had to put everything in detail, make sure the links was there. Every single thing, guys. I just felt like, what is going on? You know what made it worse? The CEO of the company decided that I need to start having presentations with him, the vice president, HR, and the whole marketing team. And I had to let him know exactly what I was doing. I had to show him every post that I made, everything that I edited, everything, outreach to influencers, every single thing. So at this point, I'm a little frustrated, because it's like, now it's new other Koreans coming in doing the same thing, like marketing and things like that in the same marketing room. And no one has had to do this presentation. I even asked people that were there before me, I'm like, have you guys ever had to do this presentation? They're like, no, I don't know why you had to do it. That's a problem. He's basically just telling me, like, I don't know why you have to do all this, but that's very insane of you to have to sit there and like literally show them what you're doing when you literally are writing it down just how any other co-worker is doing. What really made me feel some type of way is the CEO still didn't care. Like he just had this look on his face, like a disgust look. And I was just like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? He's just like, I just don't see. Like, I just don't get what you do, or I don't get your job. And I was just like, well, didn't you hire me? Like, I'm pretty sure the company, being that he's the CEO, I get that. You guys are probably like, well, he probably didn't hire, he don't know. He goes through every single thing. He's there. Like, he's on your back while you work. He knew that I was going to get hired for the position, what I do, and everything like that. So for you to be talking to me saying, like, I just don't see what you do, and I don't get your job, and are you even happy here? Because if you're not happy here, then you can get out. He told me that. at this point, I just felt like, I sat there and asked him, I said, are you talking about the HR complaints that I've made about me feeling uncomfortable in a marketing room? And right then and there, you know, HR, everyone is in the room. HR is just like, no, he's not talking about that. No, he's not talking about that. So I just didn't know what to do at that point, because it's like, I don't want to quit. I still need a job. But at this point, it's like, they don't want me here. They want me to quit. So what do I do? To make things like a little bit more clear for you guys, Eben, New York had just took ownership of a black-owned company. They were the first ones to do Jamaican black castor oil, and you know, they have hair products, all that good stuff. I don't really want to talk about the brand that they just, you know, kind of pushed me onto, because I was complaining so much to HR about me not feeling included with working under Eben, New York specifically. But basically, they pushed me onto another brand that they took ownership of, and I did the social media for that specific brand. I was still in the same office with all the Koreans, you know, in the marketing room, in that same room, but now I just don't have a team. They told me that I'll have a new supervisor. The supervisor had no experience in marketing. He doesn't know nothing that I'm doing at all. He thinks that I'm just sitting there on my phone all day, because he doesn't realize that I use my phone to edit videos, and I use my iPad to edit all these videos and do all the graphics and things. And he's just sitting there trying to go back into CEO and the vice president and tell them, oh, she doesn't do anything, or like, she just does the bare minimum. Like, it just seemed like they looked for any little thing just to try to get me out of there. He told someone that he was trying to get me fired, if that makes sense, and it got back to me. This same new supervisor, guys, guess what he did? He told me to read over a resume. He literally handed me a paper, and he told me to read the name to see if it was a black name. A black name. What is... So I'm looking at it, I'm like, a black name? What do you mean by that? A black name? And what are you gonna do with it? And I was like, no, the last name actually was like, you can tell it was like a Hispanic name. But I was just like, what's your point, you know? And he never said anything. He was like, no, that's a black name. And then he snatched the resume back, and then that was just that. He was very rude, guys, and it was just like, it was unbelievable, the stuff that I was going through. I'm gonna give you guys another example. I had to travel to Atlanta for a photo shoot for a new line that we were doing. And this new supervisor, he had to book my hotel and stuff. So I had to travel by myself. Usually, like, I travel with coworkers and stuff. I was the only one that was traveling. I had to meet people that were already in Atlanta and do everything else. So I'm just fine with that. It is what it is. So I get to Atlanta. I have the Uber take me to the address of the hotel. Guys, when I tell y'all, this looked like a motel. It was bugs in the room. It was stuff all in the bed. It wasn't a hotel, I'll give you that. Like, it wasn't like just one tall building, nothing like that. It was like literally little rooms each everywhere. So at this point, I was traveling all day. It was like 6, 7 p.m. I'm trying to walk. It was like later than that, actually, because it was like getting dark. So they had me all the way in the back. So I'm already feeling uneasy. I'm by myself out in Atlanta, and this is where y'all put me in. Y'all have all this money, and y'all want to put me in a hotel like this? Y'all playing in my face. I was cool with 2 other workers that's in a different department. So I'm contacting them. I'm like, when y'all have to travel with, you know, Eben, do you guys get treated like this, or are you guys in a nicer hotel? Everyone's just shocked, completely shocked. They're like, I've never been in a hotel like that. I don't know where they have you, but you need to leave. And at that point, I'm just like, I definitely need to leave. I don't feel safe here. The part that they had me in was all the way in the back. It was just a mess. I'm going to insert some pictures in here so y'all can see it as I'm talking. But so once I realized I don't feel comfortable staying at this hotel, motel, whatever it was, I called him. And he's like, oh, I don't know what to tell you. I already booked it and there's nothing we could do. Bye. And hung up. I kid you not. That's all he did. while I'm sitting there on the verge of crying, saying, you know, I feel unsafe, the room is dirty, and, you know, it's not really a hotel that I feel comfortable in, anything like that. He just said, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to deal with it. Bye. Do you know how crazy I felt for my supervisor to do that, to book something like that, and then just say, I don't know what to tell you, and hang up in my face? At that point, it was just clear as day that they did not care about me at all. They just wanted me to get some work done, and that was it. If I didn't want to quit, they were going to just show me that you need to just quit, because that's it. I have like a whole list of stuff in my iPad that I wrote down each and every day. That's how bad it was, guys. Like, it was always something going on inside this office with me. It was like they were just attacking and attacking. And I had to just go to the bathroom every day and just cry and call my mother or call someone and just tell them what's going on. They couldn't believe I was going through all of that. And just to back it on up really quick, guys, there are 2 people that were working for the brand that they switched me to, if that makes sense. Like, they were on a contract because they still had to show the Koreans how to work, you know, how to work their company, if that makes sense. So I was in close contact with those 2 women, and one of the head of departments of marketing, he actually asked me, was I having a meeting with my grandmothers today? And by grandmothers, he meant those 2 black women, my grandmothers. Why would that be my grandmothers? And why is that appropriate to say in a workplace, anywhere? You don't know if my grandmother's dead, anything. I just couldn't believe that they would be talking to me like this. It was just insane. As if that wasn't enough, they tried to give me more problems while I was in Atlanta, but I just shook it off. So that next week, when we got back from the trip on Monday, I was working with the beauty advisors. I worked very close. That was the only safe space I had there, were the beauty advisors. Those were the black women that were in the hallways, you know, just testing out the products every day. That was my safe space. So as much as I could, like, I would just go and sit with them and try to do as much content as I could, because I felt uncomfortable in that marketing room because no one was talking in English. No one was speaking to me. I just felt, you know, left out. So why not try to be around, you know, people that will actually speak to me or even speak English? So I'm sitting with them, and my supervisor, he comes over to the table. He's like, Samaya, you spent $14 on food. I need the receipt now. I responded, I'm like, I'm sorry, because I did not know what he was talking about. And he's like, why do you have such an attitude? Like, he's literally yelling in front of the beauty advisors and at me, like, in my face, like, why do you have such an attitude? And I'm like, all I said was, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, when did I spend $14 on food and drinks? Please let me know. So at that point, you know how when someone is like ready to say something else, but they're just like trying to hold their tongue? That's what he's doing. And I was like, I just genuinely don't know what you're talking about. He throws the receipt at me and it says, well, ask the head of marketing. The light went off, but we still going. So I go to the person that he told me to go to, which was originally my first supervisor when I first came to Ebon, New York. And I'm asking him, I'm like, all the expenses, receipts, and everything you have, like, I gave everything to you. I'm not sure why this person is coming at me like this, but please just help me figure this out right now. It's like, oh, well, I don't have the receipt for that date, this, that, the third. So I'm just like, well, let's go through it together. We go through it, and he finds that same receipt for $14. So I go back to the first supervisor that came to me and was coming crazy at me, and I'm like, here, he had the receipt, and he didn't look not one bit at me. He didn't look at me. He didn't apologize for how he was speaking to me or anything. Not even the other supervisor that said that he didn't have the receipt. No one apologized, and I was just like, okay. I took it to the chin. You would think that's it for the day, right? No, it's not. An hour or two later, this supervisor decides to have a meeting with me. The same one that was just talking about the receipt and all of that. Go in the hallway and have a meeting with me. I just want to let you guys know, like, the way that the office is set up is very little. Everything is glass doors. So you can hear, you can see everything that's going on, even in the hallway. We're standing in the hallway, He has this whole paper that he done wrote out with dates and everything. It says like, correct me if I'm wrong. On these dates, you didn't post anything. On these dates, you posted. Da, da, da. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? He said, correct me if I'm wrong. You're supposed to post on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok every day. And I was like, you're wrong. He said, how am I wrong? No, I'm not. Like, he's very defensive. I'm like, I'm supposed to only be posting on TikTok 4 times a week right now. He disregarded everything I said. Like, he did not care anything that came in my mouth. He tried to call 2 of the ladies that's giving the company over or whatever. And they're both saying the same thing that I'm saying. Like, they're agreeing to everything that I'm saying. So now he's very angry. And it gets to the point where he hangs up on the people that he was trying to, I guess, get to agree with him with. And starts going off on me like, well, how much content do you make? Just that. And I'm showing him like, I just don't understand though. Once again, we have this whole Asana sheet. I've been having presentations. I've been showing them exactly what I've been doing every single day, on the hour, on the dot, whatever they needed. So why are they still giving me a hard time? I don't know. But let's listen to the rest of what he said to me. He basically said, I don't think you're doing anything. And the person that was before you is better than you. So now I'm just like, excuse me? He's yelling this, by the way. He's not speaking calm about anything. He was very rude about it. He's like, I don't think you're doing anything. And at this point, we're going back and forth because I feel very disrespected. I'm literally showing him all my work, telling him what I do all the time. And this is what you say to me? That's very rude. So someone had ended up running out in the hallway and stopping him from yelling in my face. And I just walked away and started crying. Then they moved me to another supervisor. Now this supervisor is completely new. It's a woman, a Korean woman. She was new. She was telling me herself she didn't know nothing about marketing like that. She was telling me she didn't know nothing about the brands. That's fine. You could come in and do your research or whatever. But the way she was talking, she talked to me any kind of way to the point where I'll have my headphones in or like sitting there doing graphics and stuff like that. She was saying, yo, this is how she spoke to me. Yo, like I was just a random black girl out on the streets. Why are you talking to me like that? You don't speak to no one else in the office like that, but you going like this in my face saying, yo, trying to get my attention. This is a corporate job? Like, I'm just confused. So at that moment, I got up and I noticed the CEO was in the lunchroom. I go to the lunchroom. I said, as you know, I have been having problems with the marketing team like crazy. Right now, I'm just letting you know what just happened. This new supervisor, she's talking to me crazy. She's snapping her fingers in my face. She's saying, yo, just trying to get my attention. I don't know why, but I don't like it. No one else is being treated like this. I told him exactly what I'm saying to you guys right now. I told him that. He's just looking at me like, I hear you. One ear out the other, honestly. Literally the next day, I got written up. Well, warning for insubordination or something like that because I went to the CEO instead of going to another person and telling them the situation that happened. Please let me know how crazy that is. I'm getting penalized for letting the higher ups know what's going on because no one else is being able to fix the problems, the communication skills, everything that's going on right now. How does that work? It got worse from there. I had to take a mental health leave in December. At that point, I didn't even want to go back. I was crying to my mother saying like, I just feel uncomfortable. They don't like me there. They treat me horrible. Everything. So why would I go back? And I regretted it. So the same day. No one welcomed me back. No one said hello to me when I walked in. And I said good morning to everyone. I say good morning. No one says anything. They just look at me, roll their eyes, or go on their phones. It was just a complete living nightmare. Mind you, I didn't do anything but do my job there, guys. I have a Korean coworker that even texted me and said, I don't know why they're so racist to you. I don't know why they're so racist to you. If they don't like you, they might as well just fire you. I don't know why they still have you here suffering. What really put the icing on the cake, you guys, is when the CEO, he called, well, we have these meetings for design and the whole company goes to these meetings. It was time for the marketing team to go inside. Everyone else is there. So I'm going inside and he stops the meeting. The CEO completely stops the meeting because there was someone on a screen talking. He stops the meeting and he says, "Samaya," and points to the door. He says something really fast, like, "You don't need to be in here." He points to the door. I'm very confused. Everyone's looking at me like, huh? That's what he did, though. He kicked me out, and I just went back to my desk because I was very confused. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll just sit here. A couple hours go by, and I seen that he was out in a hallway on his phone, like just walking. I went up to him, and I asked him, I said, "Hey, can we talk?" He said no. So I'm like, I'm pushed back. I'm like, why? I asked him why. He said, "I don't need to speak to you, man." That's how he said it. "I don't need to speak to you, man." What? The CEO of Eben, New York is talking to me like this, guys. Guess he felt some type of way about me complaining to HR and HR going back to him and telling him these things, but that's how he reacted. The HR person wasn't there that day, so the next day, I decided that that was going to be my last day. What I mean by that is, if nothing was going to change right then and there, if they're not going to give me the respect that I deserved from day one, I wasn't going to do any work until I speak to HR once again and we're going to get something done. So I had the meeting, we get inside, and they're like, "We don't want to talk about anything that, you know, the CEO has done to you, has said to you, anything like that. We're just going to terminate you." Terminate me for what? "Oh, because your KPI performance and I've never seen no KPI performance. Isn't that a wrongful termination if you guys are just now trying to fire me over something like this when I've been complaining about this company this whole time?" KPI performance, I got all my work done all the time. They just try to put together any little thing, guys. How could a company target nothing but African Americans, women of color, and things like that, and treat the only black woman that you have in that corporate like that?
You know what's crazy? Sometimes the people who profit off black culture are the same ones treating black people like shit behind closed doors. That whole Ebon, New York situation is textbook corporate racism. They're making millions selling edge control and wig spray to black women. They even took over a black-owned Jamaican black castor oil brand. But when they hire their first black person in corporate, they make her life a living hell. That tells you everything about performative diversity. They want black dollars, but not black dignity. What really struck me is how calculated it all was. Day one, she makes a viral video, literally doing exactly what they hired her for. Instead of being happy, they delete it, claim there were negative comments when there weren't any, and from that moment on, it's all Korean all the time in the office. Meetings, conversations, everything. That's intentional exclusion. You don't accidentally switch languages the day after the new black employee succeeds. And the gaslighting? Chef's kiss of toxicity. They leave her out of a New York trip, book her a Roach Motel in Atlanta, then tell her to deal with it. Yell at her about a $14 receipt they already had. Make her do presentations nobody else has to do, then act confused about why she's uncomfortable. The CEO literally told her, "If you're not happy here, you can leave," while simultaneously saying he doesn't understand her job, the job he hired her for. What gets me is that Korean coworker who texted her straight up, "I don't know why they're so racist to you. If they don't like you, they should just fire you instead of making you suffer." Even people on the inside could see it. But HR? Worthless. Absolutely worthless. She complained from August to January, 5 whole months, and they did nothing but protect the company. Then, when she finally confronts the CEO about his disrespect, they fire her for KPI performance they never once showed her. That's retaliation, plain and simple. Now flip to that family situation. Her siblings are living with their dad's girlfriend who's got 6 kids. And slowly it becomes clear this woman is abusing them. Writing, "Do not touch" on food bought with their dad's food stamps. Only feeding her own kids. Bullying. Then her kid tells the 13-year-old she's happy their mom is dead. Nah. That's when Big Sister said, fuck these 2 jobs, drove 2 hours from New York to Pennsylvania, and ran up in there swinging. I'm not going to sit here and say violence is always the answer, but I understand it. When you're watching your siblings get starved and psychologically tortured, and your dad is too sick to physically intervene, and you're 19 to 20 years old working 2 jobs trying to help from a distance, at some point, you snap. She literally went through the fire escape with a butter knife, trying to unlock doors because people were hiding. Was it smart? Nah, she had to run from the cops. But was it real? Absolutely. That's what protection looks like when you got no other options. Both these stories are about the same thing, really. What happens when you're powerless in a situation? At Ebon, she had no power. They spoke a language she didn't understand in meetings about her work. They moved her between brands and supervisors at will. They could isolate her, micromanage her, demand different standards from her, and when she complained, punish her for it. With her siblings, they had no power. Dad's sick, they're kids, the girlfriend controls the household. And this girl's 2 hours away working constantly trying to keep them afloat from a distance. Power imbalances create abuse. Every time. Here's what really matters, though. Documentation saved her case against Evan. She wrote everything down in her iPad. She has text. She has dates. She has witnesses. When they tried to fire her for made-up performance issues, she had evidence of months of complaints about discrimination. That's how you build a wrongful termination case. But here's the thing they don't tell you about HR. It's not there to protect you. It's there to protect the company from lawsuits. So when she kept coming with legitimate complaints, they probably saw her as a liability, not someone to help. They wanted her gone before she could build a bigger case. The workplace discrimination shit is extra insidious because it's all deniable. We're just speaking our native language. We forgot to invite you. The hotel booking was a mistake. You're not meeting performance standards we never actually defined. Death by 1,000 cuts, and each cut by itself seems small enough to dismiss. But together, it's a pattern of pushing someone out. And that supervisor asking her to identify if a resume had a black name? That's illegal discrimination in hiring. Full stop. They were literally screening out black applicants while she was sitting right there. What's wild to me is the audacity. Calling black women her grandmothers, saying yo and snapping fingers like she's on the street, making her present her work to executives like she's on trial. The CEO saying, I don't need to speak to you, man, when she tries to address being kicked out of a meeting. They weren't even trying to hide their contempt. From the family story, I learned that sometimes you gotta be the cavalry. Nobody else was coming to save her siblings. She had to be the one, even if it meant consequences for herself. From the work story, I learned that representation without respect is just exploitation. They wanted a black face for their black products, but treated her like she was beneath them. That's not progress, that's profit. Both stories show that standing up for yourself, whether it's driving 2 hours to fight or documenting workplace abuse for months, comes with costs. Legal risks, mental health tolls, job loss. But staying silent has costs too. Her siblings were being starved. She was crying in the bathroom every day at work. The real lesson? Systems fail marginalized people constantly. The dad couldn't protect his kids because of illness. HR couldn't protect her because they served the company. Sometimes you have to protect yourself and yours, even when it's messy, even when it's hard, even when you might lose. And never, ever work somewhere that profits off your community but won't respect you as a human being. If they're selling to black women but treating their only black employee like garbage, that tells you what they really think of their customers too. Keep your receipts, trust your gut, and know when to walk away. Some battles you fight, some you document for later, and some you just survive and move on from. Wisdom is knowing which is which.